Okay, welcome to another episode of Swatching My Indies. Let's browse the drawers. What are we gonna pick? I have some really good ones for you today, guys. So settle in, get a drink and a snack and an activity to do while we chat and swatch through my indie polish collection, part 4. Hi peeps, I have another good one for you today. You are gonna look at a lot of juicy, beautiful polishes today. Now, most of these are going to be indie. I can see, we're starting out here with more of like a boutique brand, but we're going to include that in with the indies. So we're starting with some delicious kale polish red orange butte. Next, we're going to go with some colors by Leroy. So if this is your first time stopping in for this series, I am obsessed with this series because it means that I get to swatch all of these beautiful indie polishes back to back to back, and that's basically my favorite thing to do. And life has gotten so busy lately that I haven't been able to swatch for other indie brands, but I love it. I would choose to do that and not swatch basically anything else on my channel if I could. But the problem with it is then where do you stop? You know what I mean? I just want to swatch everything. So anyway, point being, you're going to look at a lot of gorgeous polish today. And I love this series because it reminds me of all of the beautiful things that are in my stash and all of the beautiful things that makers are making. And I just get inspired, and I have so much love for these ladies making polish and their beautiful artwork that they create and pop into a bottle for us. So we're going to swatch a lot of things, and during this video I'm going to be destashing some things. So I'm going to swatch everything, 1 or 2 coats. I do a second coat if I can't quite decide on the first coat if I need to keep it, but if I know right away, like with this one, that I need to keep it, then I will keep it in my stash, and then you'll see the polishes at the end like you just saw which ones I have decided to destash out of those 5. So we're going to be doing like maybe 10 sets of 5, I think, in this video, maybe 10 to 12. So here's the next one, a rare pink indie polish that I'm going to hang on to. This is from Pretty Beautiful Unlimited, and I love this polish so much. And it's just glowy and beautiful, and pinks have to be kind of different for me to hang on to them, and that one is just so fun. Here's another kale polish, actually kind of similar to the other one that I just swatched, but different enough that I think I decided to keep both of them. That one's a little deeper, a little spicier, and a little more jellyish. So anyway, I hope you enjoy swatching through all of these things. I'm not going to have like a lot of major things to say about each polish because I just can't get my words out before I cut myself off. And in order to keep this video from being too long, you're only looking at each polish for, 20 to 30 seconds. But hopefully I'm just spending enough time on each polish to either remind you to grab something out of your stash that you haven't worn in a little while, or maybe you learn something like a new brand that you haven't seen before. And it will give you kind of a glimpse about the kind of polishes that maker makes. So hopefully, or maybe you just want to watch this video because it's enjoyable to watch me swatch the thing. It's satisfying. You can mute me and just just put on some nice music and watch me swatch it. So that's always an option for my videos. Just mute me and just pop on some soothing music and just enjoy the swatching. So I'm not listing out all the polishes in the description bar below in case you are wondering. There's just too many of them. So if you see something you love, of course, just pause and you can back up a little bit and see the polish and the maker that created it. A lot of these polishes are going to be limited edition, but you might have luck searching the brand's website and seeing if that is still available. A lot of ILNP shades, this is one of them, are still available on the maker's website. So, you might, but a lot of the indie polishes are going to be from things like Polish Pickup, which are limited edition shopping sites. So more, it's just going to be about seeing what that brand has to offer in general. So besides that, how have you been? How is your week going? Are you doing okay? Anybody else here have a graduate like me who's graduating from high school and you've been kind of dreading it for the past 2 years and now it's finally here? that is where I'm at this week. He's not even 18 years old yet, but we'll just go ahead and call him my 18-year-old. My oldest is graduating high school today. His last day of school was really Friday, but school isn't out till this Thursday. And yeah, so I mean, it's such a weird emotion. You're kind of like sad because of the passage of time, and you know, they're not your little kiddo anymore, and they're not going to be around as much anymore and all that stuff. But you're also really, really excited for them to be trying a lot of new things and exploring the world more fully and really figuring out who they are. So it's such a weird mix because I just don't know how to feel sometimes. And really, I'm not trying to think how to feel. I'm just feeling what I feel. But, you know, I don't want to be too sad because I'm really excited for him. So anyway, that's how I'm doing this week. School is wrapping up. I have a kindergartner graduating from kindergarten, and I have a senior graduating from high school. He's also graduating from college. So I know it's kind of weird, but when he started his freshman year in high school, there was a program in California when we started that was going to make it so he graduated with an associate's degree when he graduated from high school. So he has his high school diploma now, and he has his associate's degree, which is pretty awesome. I'm so proud of him. We're having a graduation party tonight. We've got a piñata. We have fun games and celebration planned, and we're going to go crazy, and it's going to be so much fun. So if this is your first time joining me for this Swatching Through My Indies series from this year, I have done a few like this in past years. A couple of years ago, right before we moved, I think, to Utah, I did a really big one that included all my mainstreams that I was planning on destashing as well. So this series is only indies. So if you're an indie lover, well, like I said, there's some boutique polishes in here. But if you're an indie lover, this is the series for you. I highly suggest you go back and start from episode 1 if you would just like to watch me swatch all these beautiful little pieces from these wonderful makers. And if you're curious, I am swatching these in preparation for a destash, but it's going to be like how I've done in years past. I'm not going to be listing each item on a website or on Instagram destash or anything like that. It's going to be a mystery grab bag destash. So how that's going to work is they'll be listed on my website. I think last year we did a limit 2 per customer to start things off, and then I opened it back up once I felt that everybody who wanted to grab a bag was able to. But each grab bag will have 3 indie polishes and 2 mainstream polishes in it. It will be very fairly priced, so you're getting things for a great deal. Hopefully being able to try some new brands, you know, just getting a bunch of fun little things to add to your stash that, you know, doesn't break your bank. And I always love an element of surprise. I can't help myself. And I totally get if it feels frustrating to you that I'm not listing these separately so that you can actually purchase the shades that you've been looking for to add in your collection from these retired indie shades or, you know, limited edition. However, I can't think of another way to do my destashes that won't add a huge block of time into my schedule. Like, I just wouldn't be able to do it that way. It would take too much time for me to actually be able to rationalize doing it. So this is the only way that I can feasibly make time for a destash. So that's just how we're going to do it. And hopefully you're able to get some nice things and enjoy the surprise element of it. So if you see me shake my little fingers like that, that means I couldn't destash anything. So sorry. Oh, it looks like I don't have a bottle shot for this one. I'm sorry. I think this is a tonic polish. I probably didn't destash it, so you're not going to see it in a minute anyway. Sorry. Tonic is beautiful. That's what we learned from that thumb swatch. Tonic polish is beautiful. Anyway, so that will happen, I think, sometime in July. I wanted to be able to do a video a week all the way up until July so we could have the destash. But then, you know, life happened. I ended up taking my son and my brother to Universal Studios for their graduation presents. And so that kind of took up a whole week. And, you know, life happens. You got to kind of roll with it. But I am making my best effort to have the destash in July. So We'll see if I can get there, but I think I still have about 6 or 7 drawers of indie left to go through, and I really, really want to swatch them all. Gotta catch them all. I want to swatch them all so that I can I use this as an opportunity to remember all the things in my stash, because if you're a collector like me, I mean, some of the fun of collecting is obviously just the collecting aspect of it is really enjoyable if you're a collector, if you have that kind of collector gene. But then what happens is they end up sitting in your collection and you kind of forget about them, and it feels so sad to forget about gorgeous things like this. You know what I mean? Like if I were a clothes or shoe collector, I'd want to display them all out so I could see them and then like remind myself what I love and make sure to pull things out and wear them again. But with nail polish, you know, my collection isn't like that anymore. Before we moved here, I had a lot of my collection up on my wall. That's what I use as my backdrop for my videos anymore, because I just love it. I love looking at it. But it's just not feasible for my space here, because I use my filming space and my Moonshine Manny workspace shares the same space in my house. So since I can't see my collection, you know, on a regular basis, since I keep them in a cool place, not available to the eye easily, this series is really good for helping me remember what's in there. So yes, how do you keep your collection? Do you keep your collection out on shelves? I mean, that would be, if I had unlimited space, that would be my choice. It's so happy looking at all of the colors and deciding how you're going to organize them, and are they going to be in rainbow? Are you going to keep them organized by brand? I mean, it's so, so fun. That's why we haven't had a video on my collection recently, because everything is just away in helmers. It's not very cute anymore, but it's more practical, and my personality usually ends up erring on the side of the practical. But I used to love walking into my filming space every time I would go to film. I'm in my house in California, and seeing all the polish on the walls, you guys, so fun. Nail polish collecting is just such a treat. So in any case, I hope you are enjoying this swatch through. I had a thought a second ago and it just popped out of my mind, but maybe it'll pop back in a second. This gorgeous heliotrope, I think, from Lynn B Designs, a lovely soft light gold shade and just a really beautiful soft glisten on the nails. Wow, I popped through that really quickly. I need to remember for the next video to hold the polishes a little longer, the ones that I've decided to destash. By the way, I mention this in every video, but all the polishes you're watching me swatch here have already been through a prior destash, and at some point in the last few years, I've decided, nope, I can't part with that. So that's what you're looking at here. You're already looking at the shades that I'm like, this has to stay in my stash. So in case you're wondering, you're looking at only the super awesome stuff. No, I'm just kidding. I love every polish that I've swatched. I mean, it's hard for me to find a polish that I just like hate, you know? And with indie polish, that basically never happens, because I know that the maker pours their heart and soul into the mix, and that's so special to me. But some polishes, I know that if I pass them along, they're going to find somebody who prefers maybe the color combinations, or maybe I have a few polishes that look similar to that particular shade, and that's why I've decided to destash. So it's for space, guys. It's for space. I've decided not to buy any more helmers for a while and just fit what I've got into the space that I have and pass other things along. So anyway, are you guys going to come to the mix-along on Saturday? I hope that you come. So if you've never been to a Swatchfest mix-along before, we've been doing this for a little while now, since, has it been 2 full years? I feel like it might have. Anyway, on Saturday, the 4th Saturday of every month, we meet here on my channel at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we make polish together. So if this is your first time bopping onto my channel, you may not know that I am a nail polish and indie brand nail polish maker myself, which is, it brings me, I feel like, nearer sentimentality wise to these makers making these special polishes, because I know, you know, what it goes into making each polish and how much of your heart you pour into them and how special each one is for all the different reasons. So anyway, we're going to be making polish this Saturday. Not to confuse anybody. I think earlier I said the fourth Friday of every month. I meant the fourth Saturday. You guys know, sometimes stuff comes out of my mouth that, you know, it's just a misfire in my brain. The fourth Saturday of every month at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we make polish together. And you guys voted this month. Our theme is ice cream flavors. So you're in the mood for some nice, cool ice cream dripping out of your cone all over your fingers because it's summertime and it's going to be hot. Just kidding. Not dripping all over. It's totally didn't make a mess. Don't worry. It's not messy. We're going to make some ice cream inspired polishes on Saturday. So I hope you join us. So I try to make you guys as involved as I possibly can in how the polish turns out. So I always like to kind of mix it up. So we let the fates help us decide some of our components. So we roll the dice and see what kind of elements we're going to try to include in the mix. And then we go off of how the community is feeling in the comment section of the video. And then I start mixing up some stuff and we make one-of-a-kind polishes because they're things that I wouldn't necessarily make if I were all on my own, because I don't bring everything to the table like I do when you guys are all with me. And so we're throwing out all these ideas and we're trying to make a combo of everybody's fun ideas, and it's just so fun. So if you've never come, I hope that you're able to make it this Saturday, and then who knows what we're going to do for June. I don't even know. I like to wait and see what you guys are into, what you guys are vibing with. So anyway, we are actually, believe it or not, getting towards the end of the video. I think I have like 2 more hands full to swatch. So I hope you've been enjoying all these beautiful shades. And if any of these are particular lemmings of yours, maybe you should drop me a note down in the comments. Let me know if I swatch something that you've been like, oh, I've been looking for that one. And if you're wondering where I buy all of this indie polish, let's say you happened onto this channel and onto this video and you are just starting to get into indie polish. Well, a really great place to start, besides my website, moonshinemanny.com. No, but a great place to shop a bunch of different makers at the same time is Polish Pickup. But that only is a place where you can go to shop once a month. But that is where I shop for a lot of these different polishes. So it's an indie polish collective shopping experience. It's the first Friday through Monday of every month, and it always has a different theme, but all of the makers are inspired by that theme for that month's event. You can shop over 100 different indie, that means small business, not supported by a big corporation behind the company. These are mostly women-owned businesses, small businesses that you can support that are making these handcrafted artisan nail lacquers that are usually going to be more, they're going to be safer for your nails. They're going to have less chemicals. They are cruelty-free and things like that. So, and it gets you introduced to so many different brands and different like ideas for so many fun things you could wear in your nail polish because you're shopping from all of these different minds at one time. So I highly recommend, for those of you who've been with me for a while, you're like, yeah, I know about Polish Pickup. It's amazing. Well, just in case you're new here, definitely check it out. So first Friday of the month means it's going to be the first Friday of June is the next thing coming up. And the event is carnivals and like county fairs, state fairs kind of thing. So definitely check that out. Even if you just go to do a little bit of window shopping and look at what's happening in the indie polish community right now, I definitely recommend. And you can find a lot of these makers you're watching me swatch today. Most of these makers. I think there was only like 5 or 6 that don't participate in Polish Pickup currently. So I hope you enjoy that. And you usually get a alerts to that kind of stuff like on my Instagram and stuff. Usually I talk about when polish pickup is coming up because I always have a polish that I'm offering at that event. So you should probably get some alerts to that if you're following any nail polish Instagram accounts, really. Not any, obviously, but anyway, if you are just starting your indie nail polish loving journey, welcome to this group. Welcome to this community. We are a fun community and we love art to be worn on the nails. So, and we have a good time around here. And on Saturdays, if you don't want to come help me mix polishes, the other Saturdays of the month, we just chat. I swatch a few things and we do giveaways on those days. So I give away indie nail polishes, some polishes from my brand, polishes from videos I may have done reviews for that week. So definitely, if you aren't subscribed, I recommend you subscribing and turn on your little bell notification so you know when I put up new videos. I think you will enjoy, you'll have a good time, and we all just support each other, and there's so much love in the chat. So come on Saturdays. It's a good time. We are on the last full set of 5 here, so I hope you have enjoyed. I hope this wasn't too long. It looks like I actually cut off about 10 minutes from the length of the last video, maybe. Maybe I'm remembering that wrong, but I feel pretty good about doing only 22 minutes of swatching here. That's pretty good. So not to keep you too long, but give you a little break during your day to watch me paint some beautiful indie nail polish. I hope you've enjoyed. So look forward to the next video in this series coming out hopefully in about a week. Hopefully I get it together this week and I can do that. My kiddos being out of school for the whole summer, honestly, will keep me a little more busy this summer than not, but that's okay. It's really important for me, especially. I get stressed with just trying to make sure everybody needs to be where they need to be and everyone's happy and there's harmony in the home and people aren't fighting with each other and all that kind of stuff. But it's so nice to just take a breather and remember, especially with my kiddo graduating this year, just remember that they're not going to be here with me in my house for too much longer and just to enjoy it, you know? So anyway, I hope you're having a good day. Thanks for spending some of it with me. And I will see you back for another video very soon. We're going to have a Zoya video for their new collection, maybe up tomorrow. So, and then I'll see you on Saturday. All right, guys, take care. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.